Hey, everybody, and welcome. Yes, I know it's been a minute. I was actually wanting to react to Foodie's live yesterday, but was doing her live. I decided to take a nap because I had a bit of a headache, and when I woke up, she deleted it. So, old classic Foodie, doing a live and then deleting it. And then I searched everywhere for a copy. Nobody had a copy, but big thanks to Malarkey Meter because they put up an archived copy of the live, which I'm going to link the video in the description for anyone who wants to check out Malarkey Meter. Give them a like, maybe leave a comment on the video because I really do appreciate it. But that's what we're reacting to, Malarkey Meter's archive version of the live. So what's been going on the past couple of days with Foodie? Well, a lot, but yet not a lot. So yeah. So apparently Missy Moo did a live where she revealed some DMs, and I saw clips on Twitter of that, and I've got so much to say about that. First of all, Missy, can we talk? Can we talk about the receipts? Ma'am, the receipts, you weren't really showing too much of them, and you didn't do it in the right way. What you should have done was do a video showing clear screenshots of the receipts. Also, anybody can make up receipts these days. There are apps where you can make up receipts. So she would show the receipts on her phone, but she was using part of her hand to cover part of the DMs. And the unfortunate thing when doing things that way is when you're holding up your phone to your computer, it takes like 3 or 4 seconds for a camera to focus, right? So she would like hold it up for like a half a second. There really wasn't enough time to see everything clearly. So big thumbs down on that, Missy. Also, I've got some thoughts about the whole receipt situation. I'm just going to make my thoughts clear. I've noticed a pattern with the side cows connected to Foodie, with the people that get in touch with Foodie or hanging around Foodie for 5 minutes. I've noticed a pattern, y'all, that there are people that get in the Foodieverse that are closely connected to Foodie, people like Allah, people like Missy, people like Roman, that they get connected to Foodie, they get close to Foodie in real life, and then something happens, and then they make YouTube channels and they put out the vibe that they know a lot of stuff and they want to come forward and share it with all of us in the reaction community. Problem is, a lot of the information that they share with us, we already know. We can already speculate. We can already guess. But they get into the reaction community and they're like, I've got lots and lots of tea. And so people subscribe to their channels, and because they want to hear the tea, they want to hear the things that we don't know, right? So they build their huge channels off of that, or they try to make a huge channel off of that stuff. But the thing is, they promise a lot of tea and then they don't deliver very much. They give us just a few drops, such as the case with Missy Moo. She says she's got lots of receipts. She promised before to drop receipts. She never did. And then this recent showing of receipts, we really didn't see a whole lot. There wasn't a whole lot of spicy tea there. It was that kind of like icy tea. So she showed DMs from Salah, but a lot of things that Salah allegedly said was stuff that we already guessed. He's miserable with Foodie. Well, we already know he's miserable with Foodie. We can guess that. That he's not happy about her hygiene. Well, we can only imagine he's not happy about her hygiene. We know that she doesn't like to take care of herself that way. So it was like a lot of this stuff, it's just minor stuff. It's not major stuff. So my view on that is, Missy, if you got receipts, drop all of them. If you're really done with Foodie, prove it. Drop all the receipts at once in a video, showing them all. Poop or get off the pot, more or less. You know, this doling out of receipts and teasing the audience and building your channel off of that, it's crap. It's absolute crap. If the whole premise of your channel is, I've got receipts on Foodie, I've got the information, I've got insider information, then drop it all. Stop doling it out in little bits and teasing the audience and keeping people waiting. It just looks really weird, okay? So those are my thoughts. If you are a sub-side cal to Foodie, if you're connected to Foodie, you got the receipts, and then prove it. Show them all. Show all the receipts at once. Drop them all. Foodie is a very vindictive person. Missy, I don't know her personally, but it's like if you're done with somebody, then when you're done with someone or something, you burn the bridge completely. You burn the house down, more or less. So prove it. Prove that you're really, 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 really done. If you're done, then be done. Drop all the receipts. Drop them all. I'm sick of this doling out crap. It's ridiculous. Why are you panning it out? Anyway, I'm ranting. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. But let's get started with this stuff on Twitter. We're going to go into that. Then we're going to go into the live courtesy of Malarkey Meter. So let me just go ahead and share my screen because there's stuff to go over. Foodie stuff, cool stuff, all kinds of stuff. All right, so there is my Twitter. All right, so this is from Jolie and Lillian Thorne. I guess in Foodie's Live, she was talking about ladies of the night. We got to say it that way because of YouTube monetization. Ladies of the night or people of the night. So Lillian Thorne says, talking about people of the night like they are filth when you paid men to sleep with you. Calling other women ugly when you hide your face in shame behind 100 filters and a headscarf. Yeah, so Foodie, hey, Foodie, come on over here. There's something I want to tell you. Ma'am, if you actually did that, if you were trying to shame people that are in that industry, ma'am, you were on YouTube basically doing OnlyFans content. I remember all those live streams where you were coming on camera in just a sports bra in your pants or lingerie. That's OnlyFans, okay? That's campsite stuff. You were basically doing adult stuff in a place where it did not belong. All right. And we know all about your past and the men and paying the men for companionship. Who are you to talk about anybody doing anything adult when you've done plenty of adult things that we know about and are documented? I can go on reaction channels. I can go on clip and archive channels right now and find plenty of stuff without even trying. So if that's what you did, because I'm gonna watch this live. I haven't watched it yet. But if that's what you did, then shame on you because you're over there just going crazy with the men. You're still paying a man for companionship. Remember what you said. All he has to do is fake love me and I will give him the world. Well, Salah is fake loving you on camera. And you got a nice place now, allegedly. So, hey, you're still paying for companionship. You have no right to talk about anybody in that industry. Just, shut your mouth about that. All right. So, Hidden Truths says, Foodie Beauty, if you got 2 bedrooms, one dedicated to content, then why are they not in that room? Her excuse is because it's not ready to reveal. Instead, she put up a plastic curtain to hide the fact they didn't move. Yeah, I'm wondering about that. So the new quote unquote seaside villa or condo, it's got these big, huge windows. Now, I said in my last react that Foodie's a person, she likes for her house to be like a deep freezer. She likes it nice and cold. And buying a house that's on like a second or third or fourth floor, heat rises and big windows don't help. If those windows are not covered, windows let in the light, which let in the heat. Then the sunlight goes to the floor heats up, it radiates the heat everywhere. So as far as keeping cool, everything is wrong with that apartment. And she needs really cold temperatures. So do I think that maybe they did not move and they just put up some curtains to make it look like they did? I don't know. We're going to find out. Because if they didn't move, we're going to figure it out sooner or later. I mean, with Foodie, it's a patience game, y'all. It's one of those wait and see type of situations. You got to be patient with Foodie. If she tells a lie, in time, it will come out that she told a lie and then it'll be revealed. I've said it before in my last react. I don't understand the thinking of you might have to go home to Canada or leave because your visa is going to be about up. So why get a place right at the end of your visa? But again, we'll wait and see to see what happens. Hidden Truths says Foodie Beauty. Now she claims they sold the first place For one, both of them can't own property because they are not residents of Kuwait. You rented from a lot. Two, she can't even come up with any more lies as she's shuttered over the one that she was trying to come up with. So let's watch the clip.
And moved to a slightly bigger place, I guess, but we thought 1 bedroom would be good for us. And then we saw this deal on the seaside, and we're like, hey, let's take it, So we could have more room. Howie's in his own little room right now in the spare room. And I just wanted to have more workspace because, I was doing mukbangs in the room and everything was falling over and there wasn't much room and everything. So it's time for an upgrade, yeah.
Okay, so as far as this tweet, if she's claiming that they sold the place, how can they sell a place they never owned? That's number one. You can't sell a place you do not own. They were in the apartment that was rented from somebody else. Regarding the seaside villa, it's very interesting that the first place they were at, they didn't show anything. They were made sure that they kept it very, very quiet about the neighborhood they were in. They didn't open a window. They didn't show anything outside. With the seaside villa, the apartment tour, everybody saw the outside. They saw the buildings across the street. They saw the parking lot. They saw the ocean. And within a matter of an hour or two, people had found that exact unit. So why would Foodie do that? Why would she not show things in the first place that they were at, but then show a direct view outside with the second place, which is a bit nicer? Why do that knowing that you got the Kiwi farmers? They don't need much. Kiwi farms, people on YouTube, they turn into detectives. All they need is a little bit of something and they will run with it. And she showed a lot. So why would Foodie show so much knowing that there are people online they're going to pretty much can locate where she's at within a couple of hours? That's just weird. But if she's claiming that they sold the place, you can't sell something you never owned. If you're renting a place, that means somebody else owns it, Foodie. And she's not a resident of Kuwait. I don't know if Salah is, but if she's not a resident of Kuwait, she can't own property, period. So moving on to this. From Hidden Truths, Foodie Beauty. Why are they still talking about Nader and shaming him? Chantal, at least he isn't clean. You lived in squalor, forcing BBJ and Sam to live in unsanitary conditions for years. At least he is clean and cleans his environment. By the way, I don't support him, but it's hypothetical. So Chantal's been bringing up Nader a lot in her live streams, the one that she does. And why is she doing that? I have a theory. I'm going to put the theory out there. I think the reason why she's talking about Nader is because Chantal tends to talk in circles. Like her whole life is a circle, and she doesn't want to break the circle and make it into a square or a triangle or a rectangle. She talks in circles. She talks about the same old stuff every single time. She rages about the same old stuff every single time. It is the ultimate broken record of bringing up past stuff and dusting it off and trying to make money with it and, treating it as if it were profitable. Thing is, people are getting bored. The reactors get bored of talking about the same old stuff. The viewers are getting tired of hearing about the same old stuff. She's in Kuwait. She could easily come up with new things to talk about. There are new things she could show us, and she's not showing very much. She wants to get on live stream and just talk in circles about the same people, the same situations, things from her past. It's always something in her past, isn't it? There's not a whole lot of talk about good things in the present or good things in the future. No, it's about the past. It's always about the past. Well, Foodie, how many hours of live streams have you done? You remember doing 6 to 10 hours a day of live streams? You wore us out doing that. You completely wore everybody out doing that. It's time to move on. It's time to bring in new things. It's time to bring in new subjects, to bring a breath of fresh air. It's time to open the windows, let out the old stale air that we've been breathing for the longest. It's time for new stuff. It's spring. Spring is in the air. The birds are singing. The grass is growing. Spring, new beginnings. Get out of the past. Get out. It's too much. It's entirely too much, ma'am. You're talking about Nader? Okay, let's listen to this little clip about Nader. Oh, oh, they're playing a clip from Natter. Ugh, I don't want to show them on my channel. No, no, no Natter. It's a Natter free zone. Nope. But making fun of Natter. And you know the laughable part, y'all? You want to know what makes me giggle? See, Chantal thinks she's doing something. She thinks that she's throwing shade on Natter by doing this. But see, in her situation, where remember once upon a time, she was in love with this man. I remember that live stream you did, Foodie, where you said, I am addicted to this man. You said that about Natter. You said it out loud. You said, I am addicted to this man. You wanted to marry him. You wanted to marry him so bad that you went out and got your own engagement ring, girl. You bought your own engagement ring. And I remember that live stream that he did where you came into chat saying in big capital letters, big shouty capitals, I've got the ring, I've got the dress, claim me. You were desperate for this man to claim you. You spent thousands of dollars just so he would claim you. So showing Natter on stream, making fun of him now, try to make him look like a fool, even though he is. It makes you look like a bigger fool because this is what you were in love with. This is what you were obsessed with. This one right here. You were obsessed with Natter. Absolutely obsessed. You tried to buy his love. You tried to buy his affection. You were so desperate. The whole situation between you and Natter was toxic from the jump. What was going on with you two is that you two were scammers and manipulators and grifters, that you both underestimated each other. You looked at him and said, he's just some stupid loser with no money. And he's desperate. And I can control him. And he looked at you and said, she's morbidly obese. She's stupid. She's love thirsty. I could take advantage. And then the two of you idiots found out too late you underestimated each other. You locked horns for over a year with your little power struggle, with your tug of war. And in the end, nobody won. Morons, both of you. Okay, let's go on. So Unicorn Pondu says, so it looks like Foodie Beauty, AK Foodie Beauty, well, I can't say that, privated all of her lives in the last 2 months. Yeah, weird. So yeah, she did that. She privated her lives. She deleted 2 months worth of lives. Don't know why. Can't really say. I could speculate all day. Could it be because of the new policies with YouTube where you can't show yourself smoking tobacco? She wasn't smoking the shisha 2 months ago, though, so that doesn't halfway work. Could it be because of the DMs that Missy showed where Salah was talking to Missy's husband and he was saying some stuff about Chantal that wasn't nice and she just got mad and deleted it? Don't know. I do think it's weird that Foodie's over there toting that she and Salah have a couples channel, saying, work on a couples channel, come watch our content, but then you're going to delete 2 months worth of content. You're trying to grow a channel at the same time that you delete your content off that channel. So make it make sense. You want a channel to grow, but yet take away the content. I don't know. It kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? All right. This is from Raven Stars saying, Foodie Beauty, wow, seems like you've forgotten how genuinely dangerous your ex is, but by all means, yuck it up. Don't you dare cry. I was hurt. Stop deflecting and just admit that you ate a crap bag and you thrived on all of that. So let's watch the clip.
Yes, even despite what Meth Head said about it, it doesn't matter. You were on drugs and this and that, and you treated her horribly. Number one, I never, ever treated my grandmother horribly, ever. I took her like once a week at least for groceries and spent time with her.
Ma'am, you can't rewrite history. Stop it. Stop it. You know, Pepperidge Farm remembers, and we remember too. And you know what helps us remember? The fact that there are archive channels, the fact that there are reaction channels, and we got the tape, girl. We got all the tape. We got tape all day. We got tape and audio. showing exactly what you did and where you were during that time when your grandmother was sick. You weren't going to see her. You were too far up Natter's behind, making sure to get him some groceries, making sure to go over to his house for a week straight. You didn't go see Grams. No, you didn't. And when you did, it was to only go to see her to make yourself seem like a good person. You made sure to take a picture of your sick grandmother in her bed and post it on social media, which, by the way, that's crappy. That's really crappy to do that to her. You know, exploiting your own sick grandma just to get some attention. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you for that. But you were being hurt, right, Chantal? You were being hurt. But yet you could spend all kinds of time with Natter and you were never afraid to do so. As a matter of fact, you were provoking him every chance you get. And that's something that I find very strange, that in situations with people who are being, I got to use the word hurt. The A word applies here, but we're using the word hurt because of YouTube monetization. He was hurting you, but you were never intimidated by him. You were never afraid of him, and you weren't afraid to spend time alone in a space with him. As a matter of fact, you were busy planning little trips to Montreal and hotel rooms with this man. But you're being hurt, right? Okay. Okay, whatever you say.
And my mom and I were the only ones of our family that were there when she took her last breath. So I was there alone.
You know what? Stop. You know what, y'all? Let me just give you a warning. I'm in a mood today. I am in a mood. And it's not because of y'all. I'm not mad at you. I'm just in a mood. I am on one today. Know that. Spicy Rose is out. I didn't put up the Angry Rose avatar, but I'm in that mood. I'm in that mood. This one, what she just said. She's like, oh, I was there when she took her last breath. Well, good for you that you were. But you know what you should have done, Chantal? Instead of being there for just that last breath, you should have been there way before that, visiting her, knowing that her time was getting close, making more visits, spending some time with her, talking with her, spending every moment you can with her. But you were too busy being high with Natter, trying to control him, trying to get him to love you. Meanwhile, there was somebody in a hospital bed that actually does love you. Someone you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to. How about that? How about that, Foodie? You want love so badly, you had it in a hospital bed. Someone that you grew up with. But you didn't want to give time to that person. You wanted to spend time on a person that didn't give an F about you. All they cared about was your paycheck. That's what you did. But let's try to be like a hero. And I was there when she took her last breath. Girl, stop. Please stop. You try so hard sometimes to make it seem like you're a caring person. Guess what, Foodie? If you're a caring person, you don't have to point out the good things that you do. You just do good things, and they speak for themselves. You're so less of a good person, you can't figure that out. You don't know that. But go ahead.
Yes, even despite what Meth Head said about it, it doesn't matter.
Not you calling somebody a meth head when you were over there doing 2,000 or 3,000 milligrams of the green stuff every day, constantly smoking every day, drinking a lot. But yet, let's talk about somebody in their party favors.
Who would this?
Yeah, making fun of Natter. And remember, guys, I don't like Natter, but just the hypocrisy of this one. All right. This is from Shannon. Shannon says, remember that time when Chantal made fun of my curtains? Checkmate. Yeah, what's up with the curtains, Chantal? What is going on? Those look like shower curtains. They do. They look like shower curtains to me. So that could be the new villa. That could be the old apartment. They just put up new curtains to make it look like they moved when they didn't. We'll find out. Like I said, it's a patience game with Foodie. She's over there playing checkers. We're playing chess. Patience. Just sit back and let it happen. We'll watch. We'll figure it out later. This is from Raven Star saying, yes, Here we have a clip of Foodie Beauty showcasing just how much she has changed for the better, and it's totally not facade. She puts on for their couples channel, and they absolutely do it like all the time, guys, and aren't completely awkward because they never touch. So let's watch the clip.
Trying to like be a savior in this natural situation. Like, oh, and by the way, buddy, yeah, I'm gonna roast you next. Calling me a buffalo when you haven't you're leeching on.
Chantal, listen. You've tried. You've tried to roast different people. You tried it. Oh, you tried it more than once. You're no good at it. Everybody knows it. You suck at that. You don't know how to roast people. The only way you're going to roast is if you walk outside. Then you'll roast. You'll roast yourself, but you can't roast other people. You don't have the intellect for that. You know, your little junior high insults ain't cutting it. Well, you're ugly. You're gross. You can't roast people. You're not cut out for that. You try to do like the reaction channel thing. You can't do it, ma'am. You just can't. Stop focusing on roasting people. Worry about how you're keeping yourself from roasting in a couple of months when the temperature reaches 134 degrees outside.
Off of an elephant, and you look like a camel, a diseased camel with.
Again, she can't throw shade at people without bigger shadows being thrown on herself. She's insulting Natter, but she was madly in love with him for over a year. So, what are you saying, Foodie? What are you saying, ma'am? This diseased camel was the one that you wanted to marry. You wanted him to put a ring on it, and since he wouldn't, you put a ring on yourself. So how can you sit there and call somebody a diseased camel when you were all about that life? Remember, you were all about that life. You were coming to the audience and saying, he's so good looking. He looks like Jerry Seinfeld. You were giggling. We remember all those streams, Chantal. We remember where you would literally be sitting and moping at home and in your bed and mad and frustrated and literally waiting on his call. You would wait by the phone for his call. You would blow up his phone saying, can I come over? Can I come over? Can I come over? And the moment that he would call and let you over, you would get on live stream. You do a get ready with me. You'd be busy putting on your makeup, your body cream, putting on perfume, packing your bag, and you were out the door. You were so eager for the camel, as you call it. Like I said, in this situation, you cannot throw shade at somebody without bigger shade being thrown at you, because this was the person that you were madly in love with. And you know what? If something happens between you and Sala, we all know already how it's going to go. We already know. We already know. You're talking nicely about Sala, but if he ever dumped you, if the situation, whatever it is between the two of you, ever broke down, you would be in your vengeful state, and you would talk crap about him, and you would claim he was rude to you, he was cruel to you, because that's what you do. Nobody leaves Chantal peacefully. You are the proverbial black widow spider. Black widow spider females, they eat the males after mating. Problem is, I don't think the two of you have mated. If a male gets within 5 feet of you and you like him, you don't let him go. You don't let him escape. You become vengeful. Nobody leaves Chantal. Nobody. Unless you let them go. And you only let them go once you've drained them down to nothing. They're an absolute husk. So yeah, you're all talking nice about Sala now. But if he ever left or he said, I can't take anymore, you would be painting a much different picture of him. You would trash him online. You would trash him to your VIBs. Yeah, we know you. You're a vengeful woman. You are a jealous, insecure, vengeful woman. And if you don't get your way, you throw a temper tantrum and you weaponize your own audience to go after somebody. Because that's what you do. You're all about you and you're not about anybody else. Okay, this is from Unbelievably Annoying Cat Voice. Let's see. she says glorifying tobacco use has to be age restricted. Misinformation like saying shisha isn't bad for you is against terms of service. And she does that repeatedly. She may think it's easier to private everything and edit out. So maybe she did private it. Maybe she does plan to edit out the shisha smoking, or maybe talking about it's not bad for you. I'm not clear on the tobacco use for YouTube. I haven't looked into that, but I do know that there were quite a few live streams recently where she's sitting there smoking and smoking and smoking. So if she's going to edit out the smoking, she'd have to edit out the entire video or the live, right? Because it's all the way through. So we will see. We will see. Let's see. Raven Star says, Foodie Beauty, seems like this in about 2 months worth of your streams just magically disappeared. Well, it's a good thing I saved the 4 clips I did, and I'm sure the usual archivists have the rest of that smug, hypocritical stream saved as well. We got your back, bestie. Yep, thank you, Malarkey Meter. Because I was looking around for this live, and it's like, it's gone. Doggone it. I mean, shame on me. I had a moment where I didn't feel good. Couldn't react at the moment. Then I wake up and it's gone. Then I got to go hunting around for it. She wants to make money on her channel, but yet she deletes her lives. Yet then she has the nerve to say that the reaction channels take money out of her pocket, but yet she robs herself. She continuously robs herself. We don't take money from Foodie. She takes it away from herself. Then she whines and complains. Oh, we're the reason why she's losing money. No, you rob yourself, ma'am. You stick your hand in your pocket. You pull money out, you throw it on the ground, and then you walk away. That's what you do. All right, what else we got here? P says, they really had the nerve to call FFG a smoky blank while they sit there like this, right? The nerve. Complaining and bitching and all that about FFG smoking, and yet that's all they do in their life. Is smoke the entire time and obnoxiously too. They don't even have the good sense to get a vape, which is a lot quieter. They use a shisha, which is a bit noisy, which is annoying, and everybody has said it. It's annoying. But the nerve, the absolute nerve, complaining about a reactor smoking and at the same time smoking all the way through the live and being obnoxious and rude with it. Oh, here we go. Foodie Beauty blank says the biggest catfish on YouTube. Yeah, who's this? Chantal posting pictures like this. This is what she really looks like. Catfish. Absolute catfish. Pointy chin where? Pointy chin where? I don't see it. Do you see it? It's not there. I don't see it. Those look like 2 different people to me. I don't use filters, she says. Nonsense. You use all the filters. You got filters on top of filters. And here's another one from Sweet Bonnie Girl. Again, pointy chin where? Okay, who's this? Chantal and her famous pointy elf chin. Pointy chin where for Chantal? I don't even have to know about filters to know that this is filtered. Just because it doesn't make sense to have half your face to be completely round and then the bottom half to be pointy. Nature doesn't work like that. Pointy chin where? It's nowhere to be found except with the filters. Oh, here we go. From P. Which one is actually unfiltered? I can spot it right away. Top left. That's more of her natural face. Top left. The rest are filtered. I win. All right. Oh, this is an interesting super chat that somebody sent saying, how do I send you the Beezer perfume? I'm in Kuwait, and this area is known for, well, you guys can see it, mainly expats allowed and near the industrial area. Really bad, to be honest, not even exaggerating, hence the low rent. Yeah, the not nicer areas in town, and that goes for everywhere. If it's a not nice area of town, the rent's going to be lower than, say, a nicer area of town. Oh, another one from Unbelievably Annoying Cat Voice. So the real Chantal with the filtered Chantal. Yep, it lines up. Absolutely lines up. And this is another one in Chantal, not filtered. Round face, no pointy chin in sight. That pointy chin only comes out when the filters allow it to. And here's her trying to filter her face. All right, so we got the live to get to, so let me just close this out and bring up the live. And we're going to cover part of this. It's like 2 hours long. We're not going to cover it all, especially with that shisha smoking. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't take it. It's annoying. So let me share the screen and we'll get going with this because I've got a very busy day planned today. I've got so much to do. I've got to work tonight. So let's get to.
Welcome to Loyalty Beezer Club. Thank you. Ready, set, bees. Thank you, Hellfinders. Everyone uses filters. Okay, I'm like compared to most people online, have you seen some filtered people? Are you kidding me? What about Instagram models? You think they're just au naturel? No, they're not. And no, I'm not.
Yes, people do use filters, but not to the extent that you do, Foodie. You use filters to the extent where it changes your entire face. You look almost unrecognizable. People use filters to kind of accentuate or be creative or play around with their appearance. But if you take the filters away, you still recognize the person. You look completely different when the filters are completely off.
Comparing myself to an Instagram model, but I'm using that as an example. P&V, yeah.
And by the way, I know that the volume might be a little low. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I've got the volume all the way up, so maybe it was just the way it was recorded.
Great view of the beach. Well, you're not going to see it at night anyway, so we keep the blinds closed. You know, if the windows are open, I have to like dress full, so. Wrinkled tablecloth. The curtains are a bit wrinkled, yeah, but it'll straighten out, right? I don't know. I look best without filters. Thank you. I mean, honestly,
I'm just noticing something about the curtains. They do look like shower curtains. It looked like 2 shower curtains they bought, but they literally just took it out of the package. You can even see the fold marks. They don't even look like fabric curtains. They look like 2 like plastic shower curtains they just threw up there to black out the background.
Like, remember last year? I didn't even know they were built in, like for real. And that's why I was in denial. I'm like, they don't have filters. They don't have filters. Sure enough, so they're off. They're going to stay off, whatever. You don't like my face, don't look at it. So I'm just enjoying my shisha. It's not humid in here at all. We have central air and it's like very powerful. So yeah, it happened fast that we moved, huh? Like it just like we decided to move and we came to look at the place and Salah was talking with the guys like we'll take it like instantly. Because it's
Do I think it's unusual to move 2 or 3 times within like a few months? Yeah, I do. I mean, I got questions. And because there are questions and no clear answers and she's a liar, the theories abound. Chantal likes to rag on all the reaction channels saying they speculate all the time and all their theories, but that's what you got to do when you're dealing with an absolute liar like her. So there's a theory perhaps that she and Salah are behind on the rent and they had to move. Or like Foodie was just unhappy with the place being smaller and they got into a fight and so they got a bigger place. Or perhaps she wants Salah to stay home more. And he might have been using the excuse, hey, this place is too cramped. I got to get out. And she might be just trying to find a way to bribe him to stay home with her more. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But it does seem weird to just up and move all of a sudden, right before your visa is about to expire. That just seems weird to me.
Like, all the information's already been out there, but it's a really good deal for a seaside apartment, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and it's super nice, super quiet. There's no hallway kids. Very spacious, so I like it.
You know, I don't even know why she got so bothered by children playing in the hallway because she is a night person. She's a night owl. I would think that she'd be sleeping during the day and be up at night. So why would the kids bother her? I'm sure they weren't out there all day playing in the hallway.
Dan, can you hear the waves? With the windows open, yeah, and you can see the waves crashing and you could smell the sea air. So I love it. And my kitchen is everything is pretty much unpacked and put away. That's why I haven't been live or been doing any content because I've just been like freaking out. Like it's been so much work for us. Hi, Angela.
Don't kid anybody. You haven't worked at anything. If you can't walk across the room without huffing and puffing, you're not putting things away. You're not unpacking. So you can cut it out with that. You haven't done anything. I'm sure Salah's had to do everything because all you can do is sit and smoke the shisha and eat a nashi.
He already knows the city you live in. Yeah, I saw comments like, I don't know, somebody was like, this is where you live. So, like, what? Do you think we actually care? I don't know. We like try to like blur out some things, but I'm like, watch, people are obsessed. They're gonna zoom in. They're gonna find where we live. It's irrelevant. It's just there's no point in doing it. Thank you, vote fighters. No, we have a lot of stuff, Lob. Just because we don't show you guys everything. Hi, aha, budget. Oh, thanks, P&V. It's, I mean, we didn't mind our old place though, but that's why. Hi, Golden Girl.
She's a liar. They did mine the old place. But like I said before, they set that in motion. Actually, I changed that. She set it in motion. While she was in Canada, if she had said, you know, Salah lives in a very simple, humble way, and I'm going over there and things are going to be different. We're going to live in a much more simple way. People would not have had as much to say as they did and they've been doing. But she set things up. She was in Canada making everything seem more grandiose than what it was, telling us he had money, he's successful. I could quit YouTube tomorrow and he'd support me. That was the picture that she painted to us. And then when she got to Kuwait and the real picture did not match the Chantal fantasy picture, people had a lot to say. And then she tried to change the narrative of, we got everything we need here and everything's fine. Well, if that is the case, Chantal, why did you move? If you are perfectly content with where you were, why did you move? Answer: because you weren't content. He was not content. Obviously, that has to be it, because if you had been content, you wouldn't have moved.
That's why we moved, you know, because like we had, you saw the first place in Salmia was Salah. He was living on his own for a couple of years. No need for him to have a bigger place. And, you know, when I came down, um, you know, then we decided like after marriage to live together and move to a slightly bigger place, I guess. But we thought one bedroom would be good for us. And then we saw this deal on the seaside and we're like, hey, let's take it, you know? So we could.
I mean, listen, I know that people, when they buy places or they rent places, you know, you have that extra room. Sometimes you look for a 2-bedroom, not necessarily because you've got more than 1 or 2 people living there. You might need that extra room for, say, a study, or if you've got computer stuff to do, it might serve as an office. I get that. But when it comes to Foodie, she's never wanted a content room, ever. We know our Foodie. You know, she is all about that life of everywhere is a content room. When she was at the villa, every place in that villa was basically used for content. The kitchen, the bathroom, her bedroom, the living room, the whole house was her content room. So her talking about just one specific room for her content, I just think that's out of character for her. So why do you need 2 rooms just for one room to be a content room? I think it's more about you and Salah, you're not going to be sleeping in the same bed. One room might be his bedroom, and then the other room is your bedroom. I think that works more.
Could have more room. Howie's in his own little room right now in the spare room. And I just wanted to have more workspace because I was doing mukbangs in the room and everything was falling over and there wasn't much room and everything. So it's time for an upgrade. Yeah. Basic. It's a huge flex. People are still finding things to complain about, the color differences in the lights. You know that a light bulb can be changed very easily, right? Petty masters. Like, who cares? We don't care. We're so happy. The only thing is, like, no, like a lot of apartments here, any apartment we looked at didn't have closets. So we have wardrobes and we have the spare room we keep some things in. We're gonna buy, like, we have an outside closet, like a wardrobe, and we're gonna get another one and put it in the spare room for like more of my stuff. It's very spacious. Yeah, it's really nice. What golden girl? What golden girl? What's wrong? Thank you. Who needs lights? Yeah, maybe we like it that way. I don't care. Hi, Leah. But we're gonna like finish fixing it all up, and eventually, inshallah, we're gonna do a complete apartment reveal. Um, Salah had some
Oh my God. Malarkey meter. I just now noticed this. I'm sorry. I'm noticing with the stream you've got a bull crap detector in the middle of the screen. I just now noticed that. That is hilarious.
extra electrical sock out.
Oh look. And the needle's all the way to the other side. Yeah, that meter's gonna get broke.
Let's install yesterday. So we've just been really busy, like unpacking, and we've been so tired because like moving sucks. Moving really, really sucks. Hi, Marilla.
Yeah, it does, and that's why you don't catch a lot of people moving in the middle of the night unless there's something wrong. And the fact that that you two have moved so much in so small amounts of time, it looks weird because moving is a big job. Moving all your stuff from one location to another location, it's a lot, and yet you guys keep bouncing around. And this is right before allegedly the two of you want to travel. So again, it looks even more weird.
Hi, not Deirdre. Mabruk. Shukran. Can we see the view? Yeah, it's too dark. Maybe when if I do a live stream in the day, but it's kind of dark. But like at night, there's like these little caravans with lights that sell things on the beach. I want to do like a live sunset on the beach.
You know, I just had a thought, so I'm going to just share it before it gets away from me. What if, like, she needs, a background like that? Because let's just say she's up against the windows, like the back part of the place. Would those of you that use filters, because I don't use them, would natural light, if the filters are doing the contour thing and the skin smoothing thing and all that, like Chantal likes to do, would letting in natural light from behind, would that make the filters glitch? I'm just wondering. Is that why she needs the background to be solid?
Your is from Thailand. It's the same there. No closets. They have wardrobes also. Really? Hi, Maddie. I'm having search. What? Golden Girl. Do you want to share with us the details? I'm so sorry. Like, well, you'll be fine. We're going to say prayer for you. Absolutely. I will do a dua. It's called dua. Like a special prayer just for you. Of course, Golden Girl. What kind of surgery, if you don't mind? If you don't have to tell us, though. A white couch. This color of couch is actually really common here, like this nice royal blue. And we have a lot of matching stuff now with it. And I love this color. So we will pray for you. Yeah.
I'm noticing with like her sitting there and she's fidgety and she's looking around like you can just tell she's lying. She's making up things as she goes. Because if you're moving into a new place and you're just talking about it, you can look straight at the camera with no problem because you're not thinking of things to say. They just will come out of your mouth, right? But she's literally just sitting there fidgeting around like she's nervous that she's going to say something she shouldn't. Or maybe she's looking for things to say that sound truthful.
Have a visionary for a wife. I'm happy to see you. Thank you, Lo-Fi. You love Dua Lipa. I'm not in the content room. No, I'm in the living room. Your bladder? Oh no, is it like a bladder lift?
See what I tell you. So they got a content room. Why not set things up to do her content there? She's in the living room. What I say, the whole house is her content room. Does anybody honestly think that Chantal's going to set up a room just for content and stay in there? She's not going to film in the entire house. You know she will.
I had a family member who had that. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. But as soon as you're feeling better, I want to know how you're feeling. You can message me on TikTok. So Salah's gonna come a bit after. He's just letting me talk with my beezers for a bit first. I have this attachment for my sheesh. This is like my routine. I have like my one shisha, just like finished cleaning up after dinner. Um, I have a grocery haul coming out on my channel because we did like a lot of groceries today.
I'm going to say what everybody else has probably been dying to say. Foodie, grocery hauls are boring. You don't even buy interesting groceries. It's just trash. It's processed, cheap trash. So you're going to go out and buy groceries, which everybody else in the world does. It's no big deal. You're not even buying interesting groceries, like exotic things, interesting things. You're just buying cheap junk. And you expect to turn that into content and make a lot of money with it? Yeah, it ain't going to work. How about doing other kinds of hauls that have nothing to do with food? Your whole life revolves around food, eating food, showing food, talking about food. You're just not getting it. That your obsession with food is not our obsession with food. Nobody is obsessed with food as you are. What you find interesting, the people that are watching don't find it as interesting. It's not their obsession. And you wonder why your views suck. You wonder why people go to the reaction channels. Because this is not, a food obsession channel. This is you trying to take your obsession and press it on everybody else and make it interesting when it's not.
My kitchen is amazing. It fits everything inside. Like the washer dryer, I don't have to like go sideways to get into the between the washer dryer and the bathroom. Hi JJ. Hi Numi. Yeah, everything is going really well. I love it, love it, love it. I'm even doing okay.
If things were going really, really well, if there's any truth to the receipts that Missy showed, why would Salah be saying those things about you? Like that you're miserable, that he can't stand you being impulsive, your mood swings, your hygiene. If things were going really, really well, why would he be talking like that? Why would he say that, Foodie? Why wouldn't he be saying in receipts, I'm so happy with her. I love her. She's the love of my life. I am over the moon about this. He wasn't saying those things. He was saying just the opposite. So I guess the fake love thing only applies to when the camera's on, because when the camera's off, doesn't sound like there's a whole lot of love there.
Okay with the yeah, let me know, Golden Girl. I'm even doing okay with the elevator. It's not too bad. Anastasia Quintero, welcome to my Ready Set Fees. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I can fit in the stand-up shower. And I actually had a bath, so I can fit in the bathtub. So all the people who are fat shaming when they really have no place to.
Okay, this is where some previous life experience comes into play here. So that stand-up shower that I saw, I had one very much like it. They are tiny. They are so small. I mean, you guys have seen what I look like, right? I'm not teeny tiny. I'm not real petite. I'm about average size. I got a big butt, but I'm on the small side as far as my stature. And I get in a shower like that, you get in a stand-up shower like that, you barely have room to move around. So, Chantal, listen. I know that if I got into a shower like that, I barely have any room. Ma'am, you can't fit in there. You can't fit in there. You could prove me wrong and take your phone and go into that shower room and get into the shower. I dare you. Let's see you do it. If you do it, I will apologize and say, you know what? I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong, and I take it back and I eat my words. but I've been in a shower like that. It's really, really tiny. You are, how can I say this nicely? You're more wide around than you are tall. So trying to fit in a shower that cramped, not working.
You can stuff it. Thank you. So, anyway, I noticed the harder I ignore people, the harder they try to get my attention. I've really noticed that. There's so many weird. There's like people never cease to amaze me. I'm always amazed at how low people can go and how I never knew about their character. Like you can say that about me. I never knew how bad she was. I never knew how psychotic some people were, like former beezers. Oh, it's lemon mint now. I can't get off the lemon mint. Who needs a bath when there's an ocean? Actually, salt water is like the biggest cleanser from what I heard. Teardrop. Yeah, I was like, I don't really want to address this person because they're obviously trying really hard to get my attention. And I've seen like people have come in my comments and messaged me. So I just want to say, Carolina, we're gonna put your bees in. What is your bees? Welcome, Carolina. Thanks for rebeezing. 3 in 1, hun. I never like, okay. Number one, I have the same DMs that Messy Poo has that she's flexing. But we don't do that. We're not going to, we didn't do it because just like, there's no point. There's nothing really revealing there. And, you know.
Okay, you know what? Another thing that I've noticed with Foodie and the side cows, the side part players. Something I've noticed over time, like with, say, Natter. Like her and Natter would go back and forth with each other, proclaim all kinds of hate for each other, right? That's what they did. And yet I always got the sense that they weren't completely done, because I always got a sense that they would stop. Like there was a line in the sand and they would stop before they crossed it. Chantal, she's vindictive. She's always talking about, I'm an Aries. I'm sure Aries people would never, ever claim her. She is like a shame to them. But she always claimed to be up being an Aries, vindictive, wrathful, blah, blah, blah. But yet she didn't go full throttle with Natter. And Natter never went full throttle on Foodie. They would do everything else but that. Now, in the case of Missy Moo, like if Missy Moo is done with Foodie and Foodie's done with Missy Moo, considering how vindictive Chantal is, Chantal, why haven't you gone full throttle on Missy? If Missy is showing receipts and you're one of those people, you love to flip the middle finger at people you don't like and the people that you hate. You love that. You live for that. That gives you oxygen. You want to prove her wrong? You want to show there's nothing there? Make a video. Put all the receipts in there for everybody to see. Don't sit there and say to your audience, oh, we're not doing it because there's nothing to see. Prove it. Absolutely prove it. Here's your moment. Here's your time. Prove it. Put them all into a video where everybody can see. If there's nothing worth talking about, then there's nothing worth talking about. You got nothing to lose, right? It won't hurt you. But don't sit there and pussyfoot around it and say, oh, we're not going to show it because there's nothing worth seeing. And she's all about, I'm going to show the receipts, beat her to the punch. Expose them all yourself. You're all about using anything for content to make money. Make a receipt video. That might make you some money. That way people aren't waiting for her to expose anything. Expose all the receipts, mama. Do it. Do it. Drop it. If you two are done with each other, then show you're done. Both of you just, in a figure of speaking, burn the house down. Burn the bridge. Both of y'all just acting like that you're done with each other, but I'm sorry. I've got the feeling that you're both not really done. You know? Neither one of you are really done because you're both stopping at a certain line. You won't go any further. That's just how I feel. If you're done with somebody and if they've wronged you, you will burn the house down. You'll burn that bridge. Chantal, you're vindictive. You're wrathful. You talk about it all the time. You brag about it. It's one of your bragging points. I'm vengeful. I'm wrathful. Then expose the receipts. Do it. Do it. I dare you to do it. Show the receipts. Sick to death of people. I've got tea on Foodie. I got tea on Foodie. Show all the tea then. Stop doling it out in little bits. It's ridiculous.
Kelly UK. Welcome to Very Important Pages Ready to Be. Yeah. Hi, Ageless Beauty. It's amazing here. They will continue to try. Exactly. Stan. Yeah, really. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Why is she saying that Salah contacted Mr. Moo? Number one, her claiming that there's recent DMs is BS, 100% lies, just like she lied about super chatting French fried fraud from the beginning. By the way, I just want to say, I was watching Yo Mama's stream. Charlie and I don't see eye to eye. That's obvious, whatever. But nerve to say Charlie's obsessed with her. Excuse me, who has an entire channel dedicated to one person, and she's like, go back to criticizing my light bulbs, you peasant. Anyway, so yeah, Salah, exactly. Anyway, so this whole messy poo thing.
By the way, just a side note, it just popped into my head. Some people in my comments have said they prefer the shorter reacts. For those that do, I apologize if the reacts have gotten a bit longer lately, but Chantal doesn't have a whole lot going on. So I would rather do one longer react to catch up than 3 separate videos, if that makes sense. So for those who are like, I'm annoyed with the longer reacts, I apologize to you. But if the longer reacts are a bother, you don't have to watch all of it if you don't want to, or you can watch it whenever you like. But I apologize if that bugs you. But just the way Chantal's going anymore, there's not a whole lot to talk about, so I wait until there is something to say something. So there's that.
I don't know. I mean, the nerve, I don't know if she ever said Salah has no personality. I don't know if she said that, but the nerve of you when your husband just sits there like a dry log in the background laying in bed. That's all you do. Where's your chemistry? You just lay there like lumps of crap in your bed criticizing other people. You've become everything you criticized in those DMs. So don't make me release the DMs because you look worse.
Oh, this. Don't make me release the DMs. Chantal, you might as well. You might as well do it. I'm so tired of the empty threats back and forth. Don't make me do it, or I'm gonna do it. Poop or get off the pot. Do or shut up. Seriously. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the teasing. The teasing is ridiculous. Can we cut that out? Don't make me do it. Chantal, you're wrathful. What other reason do you need? You like to prove people wrong. Prove somebody wrong right now. Prove someone wrong right now. You know how to edit. You know how to take screenshots. Make a video. Put them out there. It's time. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of, don't make me do this. You know I will. Action, not words. Can we have some action and not words anymore?
Than I do in those DMs. Those voice notes you sent and you doxed people in the chat, in the DMs, please don't make me do it. Okay? Because I still have those, I think.
See, that's another reason. See what I told you? The sense that I have, like, something weird is going on here. I don't trust Missy Moo, and I don't like her. I will say that publicly. Don't like her, don't trust her. She was a hardcore VIB. Then she and Chantal allegedly had a falling out. But isn't it strange how it's like there's a line in the sand and neither one of them will step over it? Neither one of them will take a blowtorch and just torch the bridge, burn the house down. When you're done, and you'll be done. You'll burn the house down and you'll turn your back and you won't turn around. There's no like, don't make me do this. I'm giving you another chance. No, when you're done, you are done. End of story. That's it. There's no more. The fact that both of them are just like not doing that is telling. It's very, very telling. Big question. What are either one of you waiting for? If you're done with each other, what in the heck are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Why are they both like stopping themselves? What's stopping them? I don't get it.
I don't know. Anyway, oh, they might be my old Instagram. I'd have to log in. I have a new Instagram now. But hi, Jessica. Yeah, Salah has the DMs between him and Mr. Moo. Those are old DMs.
You know, it's interesting to me that this person, Foodie Beauty, she will not hesitate to make anything into content. And I mean anything. We've heard about things we did not want to hear. We heard about her STDs. We heard about the goings on at the crack house, did we not? We've seen her run around naked on camera or half naked, and just her bra and her panties and the lingerie. She'll make anything into content. So big question: why would she not make the receipts into content? Wouldn't that make really great content, juicy content, money making content? Why of the holding back? Why not? You'll make STDs into content, Foodie, but you won't use receipts that you supposedly have? What's keeping you from making that into content? We'd like to know.
So the only thing that's a little juicy, I guess, if you want to say, was what she said about like how he said, I'm impulsive and I give our business, because that was the time when we got in that huge fight and I went online and outed it. And I said, we broke up. I called him this and that. And that's what he was talking about. He did not want, he was hurt that I went online and talked. No surprise. I saw all of the DMs. So what's the big deal? Like, that's so in the past. Hi, Lolo.
But yet that's all you talk about is the past. That's so in the past. You talk like everything's completely different now. It's not different. The way you dress is different. The person you are is exactly the same. Nothing has changed. You cannot come to us as an audience and say, I'm a different person now. I don't even recognize my old self. I look at my old self and go, who are you? Like, I don't even recognize you. I don't even remember you. You can't say that, Foodie. You can't say it with a straight face. You changed the location of where you are. You changed your clothes, but the person underneath the clothes is exactly the same person. In fact, probably worse, because your health is a lot worse. You've gained a lot of weight. You're much more unhealthy than you were in Canada. So what do you mean it's in the past? No, you took the past with you to Kuwait when you went there. And you haven't let it go yet because you're still talking about Natter. And how long ago was that?
Does she lay on the bed like the grandparents in Willy Wonka? Yeah, they just lay in the bed all day farting, like whatever. So the husband's a doll that she makes. Seriously, no personality whatsoever. Obviously a cuckold. He lets you go on stream with your big jugs out.
Ma'am, how many times did we see you come on camera half naked, wearing the bra, wearing the lingerie? You were letting it all hang out, mama. As a matter of fact, there were a few live streams where you were flashing people. You were showing your private parts there. Remember that? We remember that. And I remember you got a good giggle out of that. You wanted to do that. You got exhibitionist tendencies that you let out every now and again. You haven't let them out in a while, but they were happening. You know, like wearing short dresses and bending over. Yeah, remember that.
Which I know I did in my past, but I don't, honestly, I have no idea how I ever did that. Really, I don't know. I don't know if I could ever go back to I could never go back to doing that. Never. Megan,
You know, I've got a rude answer to that question. Why were you doing that? Because You were so desperate for anyone to see you naked or half naked that you would get on YouTube where it wasn't appropriate and pretty much, in a way, force people to look at you in your naughty bits. You know, since you couldn't have a crowd of people in real life to look at your naughty bits, you're going to subject that to your audience, whether they like it or not.
I say, look,
And believe me, I didn't like seeing it. I hated it each and every time. And I don't like that rule on Twitter. If I have to see it, you have to see it. Who made that up? Can we get rid of that rule now? It's a bad rule. It sucks.
Welcome, welcome. She's stirring up drama, but that's so pathetic. Like, she's completely not the person I ever thought she was. How do you go from, like, I don't know, fake in every way? Yeah. My new Instagram is Chantal YouTube, I think. So, anyways, nobody cares about you on either side. The haters don't like you, and the beezers don't like you anymore. So, maybe get a hint. You're trying way too hard. Like, stop adding me, stop talking about me, because I'm just not even going to address you after this. I'm only addressing the DMs issue. So, anyway, um,
So, a little theory about why all the receipts have not been dropped. I mean, there could be the theory of there really isn't much to talk about. But if you're someone and you're making a channel, and the whole premise of your channel is you've got tea, you've got receipts, and you've only got so many. Once you run out of receipts, what else is there? What else are people going to stay for? So maybe doling it out in little bits, trying to grow your channel as much as possible before you run out of receipts. That might be a possibility.
there's no new DMs. That's a blatant, complete lie. I'm just so surprised how low people go for clout. Like, what? Like, you're just making up lies now? Like, blatant lies. Like, so Salah was in my DMs. Okay, this is how it started. Let me give you a little history lesson. I know a lot of you warned me that she was nuts. Anyway, she's nuttier than a trail mix, I swear. Not even the Twitter trolls don't like her. Twitter is insane and pathetic. A bunch of friggin' weird cat ladies who have no life. I swear, like, you spent all day trying to find my location? Show up here. Like, what? What are you gonna do? Like, who cares? Like, oh, we have information. It's like they're proud of doxing people. It's like they're proud that they have some piece of information about me. Like, it's so weird. Like, touch grass. And they do it for free. You don't get paid to be on Twitter. You have no life. Oh, Chantal YouTube. Thank you, babe.
I think Chantal gets annoyed at people finding out information just because she spends so much time on her live streams trying to paint this grandiose life of what's going on with her. And yet when people find out otherwise, it annoys her. Like, she came online, look, I got this seaside villa or condo or apartment. And then because she showed so much, people figured out where she was, and then they found out it's not a nice area. And that annoys her. The fact that she's got this fantasy life that she's trying to paint to the audience and make money off of. And then when people come forward with little bits and pieces of the truth that kind of burst that bubble, it annoys her greatly.
So, Missy, who was a big time supporter before, you know this, right? She liked to try to involve herself in our lives, apparently, now that I think about it, because number one, she was the one who first messaged Salah on Instagram, and he still has all the messages, everything. She messaged him first. Okay. And I was like, and I even like talked to another Beezer about this. The Beezer's like, why is she messaging your husband? Like, why is she messaging your husband? Sweet vintage, so very important Beezers. Hi. 13 months, my king and queen bees, you are the best. Thank you. Oh, hi, Lauren. I still have to check my messages. Sorry, Lauren. I know. Anyway, okay. So she messaged him first and was like saying something nice or whatever. I don't even know. I could get it. Kicked pissy poo out of her. It was so funny when FF got kicked pissy poo out of her chat when the super chat. I know she tried to kiss her ass with the super chat and she's like, we don't like you. Why does Missy think it's her place to hold Salah accountable? Exactly, just like Clara Dane. Like, what? Hold accountable for what exactly?
Okay, here's some breaking news that I just got from a friend. So I would like to say thanks to this friend. They know who they are. I just got word that Chantal, what she's doing with the streams, the ones that she privated them, and she's making it to where you have to be a level 2 member to watch them now. So the stuff that she's already done, stuff that people have already seen, now she's trying to private them and make them members only. And not just any members. No, all of you budget beezers, you're out. You got to be a level 2. So there's that. So you're trying to take old content that people have already seen and you're trying to make people pay for it. She's trying to make the reactors pay to react to her. Good luck with that, Chantal. Good luck. Once again, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot, mama. Because if they're not public and we can't react to them, we'll move on to other people. And we know how much you hate that. I mean, the lifeblood of your channel, the pulse of your channel is reactors reacting to you and giving you attention. And if they don't do it, we'll move on to other people. And there's other people to react to. There's other things to do. Hey, go ahead, make them members only. I can do more tarot content. I'll do more tarot lives. I'll work on TikTok. I got other things to do. You're kind of a hindrance to that. I keep up with your story because people on my channel, they want to keep up with you. They don't want to give you the view. I respect that. So I do my reacts to you for them. But I'd much rather be doing the tarot stuff. It's much more pleasant. It's not as monotonous. Yeah, that's why I do that. So go ahead, make it members only and shoot yourself in the foot. Go ahead, do it. Go ahead.
Oh my God, I can't. So, okay. So that's it. And then Salah asked me because she I don't know if she friend requested him or whatever. He asked me if he's like, he doesn't add anyone on Instagram. If you check his who he's following is still like 252. He doesn't follow anybody who requests him, okay? Obviously, because he's not a piece of crap, all right? Like someone we know. So Cornbread, welcome to Budget Bees and Recipes. Welcome. So anyway, he asked me, do you want me to add her back? Like, do you want me to add her on Instagram as a follow-up friend? And I said, yeah, she's a beezer. Go for it. She's supportive. She's nice, blah, blah, blah. Go for it, you know? So that's why, like, she's all like, he liked my pictures. He liked your pictures because he likes everyone's pictures that he follows. And I'm pretty sure your husband liked some of my pictures as well. Just saying, okay? So don't read too much into that. He was being he was being nice, you know? And he never messaged her after that. They never had any direct contact. He would talk to Mr. Moo because that's what you do when you're Muslim and this culture, you don't talk to other women directly, all right? He didn't like all her pics. No, he didn't like them all. Maybe a few here and there. We still have he still has all the messages with Mr. Moo, yeah. Yeah, of course, he does. We can definitely show. There's no recent ones whatsoever. Babe, do you still have
So Missy's got receipts, Foodie's got receipts, even Mr. Moo has receipts. Ain't nobody coming forward with them. Not all of them. Why? Why is nobody pulling the trigger? Why? You're done, you're done. Burn the house down. Burn the bridge down. Be done. Reveal everything, close the door, lock it, and don't turn around. Got to ask yourselves why. What's all this? I'm not going to reveal anything. There's nothing we're talking about. Chantal, you told us about STDs. Okay? That shouldn't have been talked about. That's gross. But you did it anyway because you needed something to talk about. You needed content. So drop the receipts. Or Missy, you drop the receipts. Get them all out in the open. Let's get this over with.
all the messages? I'm pretty sure you do, right? So I'd like to see a date and time of these new messages. Let's see them, or it didn't happen anyway, but let's see them. And why are they taking so long to be fabricated? Obviously, I wouldn't put it past her. Anyways, Like, instead of making an ugly wreath, that's what she's doing. You have time to make an ugly wreath, an ugly doll, and you don't have time to show DMs? What?
So why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? If she's got receipts, beat her to the punch. You put them out first. Done.
You still have the whole messages? All right. So, and when she would message me, she was obviously on my side, but she's like blaming me for her bad behavior of like sending me the information about T and Sass's daughter and bad mouthing just Breezin and all this and that. Like, really? You're going to blame me for that? Please get a life. She's trying so hard to fit in with anyone she can. Anyway, so that's what happened. That's the history on that. She's the one who tried. She's the one who messaged Salah first, and even another Beezer who I was talking to at that time was like, "That's weird. Why is she messaging your husband?" And then I was like, "Whatever, you know, he's not messaging her back after that." Like, I think he just wrote like like thanks, LOL, or something stupid, and then that was it. Um, so then him and Mr. Moo were talking because he started seeing him as somebody he could confide in. Obviously not. Don't this is a lesson. Don't ever trust people online. Like, I know I shared Everest DMs, but he's nobody to me, like, and that was wrong. But like, to have like to go from being a complete supporter and having this like friendship and like saying, "Oh, we support you." No, there's even a DM saying, "We support you no matter what. We would never turn on you." Blah blah blah. Like,
No, I'm not defending Salah here, but just something you should know, Chantal. Something that you would never consider because you don't know the first thing about true friendship. Okay? You're not about that life of loyalty and being concerned for another person. You're concerned about yourself. But you get around your friends, you talk to your friends, and sometimes you vent to your friends, especially in times when you're frustrated, you're stressed out. You go to your friends and you talk it out. Sometimes it's good just to have an ear to listen to whatever is going on with you. And you have to admit, you are a very frustrating person. You're impulsive. You've got a lot of issues. You can easily get somebody very, very frustrated very, very fast. And as far as feeling sorry for Salah, I will go on record saying I do not feel sorry for Salah at all because he opened the door to all of this. Whatever misery, whatever suffering he's suffering with Chantal, he literally opened the door. He started talking to her. And then he allowed her to come over to Kuwait and spend time with him. And they spent a few months together. And everything that she is, everything that she does, he got a taste of Chantal, what it was like to be around her. And then when she went home to Canada, he should have said, "Nope, you're not coming back," and left it at that. But he opened the Pandora's box that is Foodie Beauty. And then all those awful things came out. And he made the decision to continue things. And so he is. So if he's suffering to the point where he's getting a person's DMs and complaining about it, do I feel sorry for him? No. Because whatever's going on with him, whatever he's looking to get out of it, he got a taste of Foodie. When she came to Kuwait the first time, he got a taste of her, what she was like, what it was like being around her, her constant need of food, talking about food. The first trip should have been that. But she came back, and now she's there. And good luck getting rid of her, Salah. Good luck getting rid of this one. She may not want to go home. And then you're really going to have to deal with her. And she's becoming more intolerable by the day. So the suffering that you got, sir, you brought it on. You invited it. It's there. Now you got to deal with it. But friends do vent to friends. And someone like Chantal, who's frustrating, who's impulsive, who doesn't take care of herself, she's a lot to deal with. You need someone to talk to. You got to vent it somewhere. So him talking to Mr. Mood doesn't surprise me. Guys talk to guys. Like guys have guy friends. Guy time. He's over there with Foodie. Who is he going to talk to about it? Who's going to help him? Who's going to be the listening ear? He went to Mr. Moo. Don't know why he did, but he did.
You know, and shut up about the animal abuse, because you know that's BS, because your animals look more mangy than mine ever did. Thanks. God. Yeah, why are you even in our business? And why are you in this whole, like, now she's trying to, like, be a savior in this natured situation. Like, oh, and by the way, buddy, yeah, I'm gonna roast you next. Calling me a buffalo when you're leeching off of an elephant and you look like a camel, a diseased camel with severe gingivitis. All right, meth head, you better shut it.
That was a roast. I'm sorry. I don't even need cream for that burn. That was a roast. The pan didn't even get warmed up to burn anything. That wasn't a roast. That was just a few insults. Big deal. Boo. Boo. Thumbs down on that.
Oh my god. Anyway. The nerve. The nerve. The nerve. The nerve. The nerve. Go watch BBW King's channel, by the way. You get some very flattering angles of them too. So I especially like the meth fairy activities. All right, so that's where that comes from. Stan, the queen of roasting. No, I think Charlie gets that one for this for now. Definitely, definitely. Perfectly sums them up. I'm sorry, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, he's just trying to use my name because he can't get anything else. Like what? You literally think that people are going to subscribe to your OnlyFans? You can't even get people to watch you when you're in the bathtub. There was crickets. Crickets louder than anyone in your chat. Turn on members only and you have doo-doo in there. Yeah, no one's chat.
Again, can't throw shade without casting bigger shadows at you. And that is a great face she's got there. Absolutely great. I'm gonna have to get that later. What's the timestamp? But she's taught. Okay, first of all, Natter on OnlyFans, ew, just gross. Why? But Chantal, didn't you want to do OnlyFans with Natter? Yeah, you did. You did. You want to do OnlyFans with Natter. So what are you talking about? You want to do OnlyFans with Natter. Ew. Ew, the thought of it all. Ugh. But trying to roast his OnlyFans at the same time, you wanted to do stuff like that with him. And your OnlyFans was a joke anyway. You know, you had an OnlyFans not because you wanted to do adult content, because you were looking for another way, another forum in which to use people to get quick money. You want to get that money, barely post anything, collect the money, and not deliver content, much the same way you do on YouTube. Barely post anything, collect that membership money, and laugh all the way to the bank.
No, no one's chatting because he's an abusive piece of crap nobody wants to talk to. Okay? Except for desperate women like yourself. You know, she cried after that. No, she went back to criticizing the color differences in our light bulbs as if, you know what? We could change a light bulb right now. He's grasping at straws, I know. Doing like I don't know. We don't even like we watched through BBW King, honestly.
Yeah. That part right there. This person, Foodie, who claims that somebody hurt her to the point where it traumatized her. Here's my point, Foodie. Listen close. If somebody has traumatized you through that kind of pain, you don't want to see them. You don't want to look at their face. You don't want to hear their voice. You don't want any contact with that person. You don't want to see their face and remember anything they did to you. So, as someone I've been through that kind of pain, ma'am, how can you sit there and look at Natter and not feel a certain kind of way? How can you sit there and claim he did all those horrible things to you, and yet you will go to a channel and watch him. Even if you hate him, even if you can't stand him, why would you want to see his face? Why would you want to hear his voice? If he gave you that kind of trauma, if he gave you that kind of pain, why would you subject yourself to that? You wouldn't want to. I will die on the hill with this. I don't think she's been through that kind of trauma. I don't think she's been through that kind of pain, because if she had, she'd stay far away from Natter and stop talking about him, because if she talked about him, if she saw him, it would re-traumatize her all over again, right? Give her flashbacks, make her feel a certain kind of way. She don't go through that. She'll, with no problem, without batting an eye, she'll get online and she'll talk about him. She'll watch him. That's weird to me. Why would someone who's been a victim of some kind of abuse or pain do that to themselves? You want to move past the pain. You want to close the wound. You want it to heal over. You can't do that if you constantly see the person who gave you pain, who put you through painful things, looking at them, talking about them, subjecting yourselves to them. The healing will never happen if you've actually been through that, which I don't think she has. So keep going with what you're doing, Chantal. You're just proving my point. You've never been through any of that. You guys and me have had some fights, some arguments. Maybe things got a little bit escalated, but you've not even been through half of what you claim.
Anastasia crickets. Seriously, that was hilarious. Oh, I think he thinks everyone thinks he's hot. I'm gonna take my towel off and go in the bath in Dee Dee's bathtub, her condo. Anyway, he's having to roll cigarettes. Pathetic loser. And saying that I'm fat, well, you're emaciated. You're an emaciated, diseased camel. So I would rather be fleshy.
You know, I remember all those streams where she was bragging about his body. Oh, I love his body. It's so hot. Remember that? How quickly her tone changes.
Then sinewy and diseased.
Not that I think his body is attractive. I don't. Ew. I mean, like I said, ew. I'm going to sum up my opinion of Natter in one word. It's ew.
So
you can quote me on that.
Yeah. And I hope you go to prison for a very long time, and then I hope you get deported to Egypt. Don't talk about the peeps. I know. Gosh, really, I don't know. Anyway, I have a guardian angel, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure I do, yeah. So, did you see the El Scammy family on Dudu's cupboard? Yeah, where did you go? Le Dolorama and buy some sticky little stickers? How cute. Do you think Dudu really thinks she's innocent, or is she just lying for her man? Do you think she thinks he's innocent? I bet you she's deluded enough. I was. Probably. He's such a joke, and she's hilarious. He thinks he's smart. Yeah, gross. I look at that now and I'm like,
you know, I remember back during the whole era when Chantal and Nada were seeing each other or pretending not to see each other, and they would go back and forth in their live streams. They were very happy to use each other for content. And there were more than a few live streams where Foodie, it wasn't about her talking with the audience or at the audience. Those were streams that were basically just for him. And she just wanted to make money off the drama. So they're still using each other for content. They're still talking about each other. They both could just move on to other things. She's with another man. He's with another woman. That's it. It's like everybody should just move the F on. You're with somebody, Natter. She's with somebody. Why y'all still talking about each other? This is old tea. Can we move past the old tea? It doesn't taste good anymore. It's overplayed. It's played out. It's boring. He's talking about the past. She's talking about the past. Can we move on now? How many ways can we say these things about these two before there's nothing left to say? I've said this in a live chat once, and I'll say it again right here. As a reactor to Foodie, this is the picture that I get in my head every single time. Imagine, if you will, a toilet bowl with one lone turd floating around the water. Now imagine, if you will, a bunch of people lined up around the toilet bowl. And our job is to look at this turd and describe it in as many ways as possible and make it interesting. That's what it's like being a reactor to Foodie Beauty anymore. We're looking at one lone turd, and we have to find a way to keep it interesting. We got to describe the shape of the turd, the texture, if you will. Is it floating to the left? Is it floating to the right? Does it have peanuts in it today? We have to find all kinds of ways to make her interesting. And believe me, it ain't easy. Especially when she's talking about the same crap every single day, the same topics every single day. We have to work our magic, and we do a lot. Applause to the reactors of Chantal. She's not making it easy. She's not even doing different mukbangs and different locations and wearing different outfits. No, it's the same crap every single time. So if she wants to be over there and put everything from members only, trying to force the reactors to pay to react to her, yeah, good luck with that. Because your ship is sinking, Foodie. Your views are tanking. People are bored. Everybody's ready to move on. We're all ready to move on. I want to move on. I got my tarot stuff to do. So if you want to make it members only, good. Please, I'll move on. I'll take my audience in a different direction, a more positive direction, more entertaining direction. You'll shoot yourselves in the foot by doing that. But I got a prediction, y'all. If she tries that crap, which is doing members only, that won't last long. She'll find out real fast through the numbers and through analytics that people are not going to buy into that crap, that they won't be just scraped into paying a membership to watch her, because there's really nothing worth watching. She'll lose views and she'll lose money. That whole members only thing will not last long. Whenever she tries this crap of trying to scam the audience in a different way, the audience catches on real fast and they go somewhere else, and then she freaks out and says, oh, I'm losing money. And she goes back to public. That's how it's going to happen. Watch.
Even Salah's like, what were you thinking? Like, what was I thinking? Like, I don't know. I didn't have a brain at all. And Salah left him a comment on his channel. He's a coward. He blocks him. Coward, coward, coward. Thank you, Shorty. She doesn't care. Yeah, they've said some really nasty things, like about Gary. Like, that whole thing was just disgusting, honestly. I don't know why he would let him run him off of YouTube. Ew. Like, please come back and roast him, please. Anyway.
Ma'am, you said some awful things about Gary too. Let's not forget that. Nobody forgets that. Remember, Pepperidge Farm remembers, and the reaction channels certainly remember, and we got the video. We got the tape. Video and audio is king in this situation. We got the tape. You were talking mad trash about Gary.
So that's the story with Messy Boo. You look pathetic. You're trying way too hard. You're a very big try hard. I don't know. I'd be embarrassed. Like, imagine seeing your mother with her milkers out, hanging to her knees, and trying to get involved in like high school level drama. Really? Like, how pathetic. How pathetic. I couldn't even imagine. And then her husband in the background sounds like the guy from Office Space with the stapler. There's no way you thought in your right mind he was remotely attractive. Ew. Ugh. Totally yikes. Anyway.
See, what she's doing right now isn't really what I would consider content. She's just sitting in her room, smoking her shisha, gossiping about people. And it's not even good gossip. It's just, let me just think about people to talk about, to fill up another hour or 2 hours for the Google AdSense money. That's what this is, y'all. She's in Kuwait. She could do anything she wants. She can go anywhere. She can show us interesting places, interesting people, great food that we wouldn't be exposed to. This is what she's doing. Let me just do the laziest content in the world. I can sit in my house, smoke my shisha, not exert any physical labor at all, any creative content at all. I'll do the bare minimum and I expect to get paid big for it.
So that's that story. It's all BS. It's absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. He never DM'd her or any of that thing of the sort. When I heard that blatant lie, like, oh, so someone's been DMing me, and like, don't talk this close to the camera either, okay? Thanks. Off with her head. Can we cook a hungry man dinner on the stove? Man, yeah, that's really sad. I saw that clip on the stream. Like, he's like totally out of it. Like, he's live streaming like like totally out of it, man. You need help for sure. It amazes me how adults carry on with this drama for years. Being a abuser has truly shown me how sad the world really is. The kids are watching people. Yeah, really. Be an example, right? Ew. Yeah, true, lo-fi. They all reach so high. Yeah, they reach so high, exactly. Yeah. I think Missy Exposed is material from. Like, what is she, like, seriously? And I never emailed her. I don't talk to her. I don't anything. The only time I see is when people comment or it's on a live stream, like from Yo Mama. I don't ever watch her crap.
So you pretty much just confess that even though you say you're done with everybody and you don't pay attention to anything, you really do. But we already knew that. We've been known about that. Even before all your bazillion sock accounts got exposed, we already been known. Because what else do you have to do all day? I mean, there's a variety of things you could be doing, but you don't want to do those things. You sit on your phone and you're running around to all the channels to see what is going on, who is saying what, who is doing what. You get in the live chats and you're lurking around. That's how you spend your time. Just so you could think of things to talk about in your live streams to make money.
I wasn't where I'm going to buy an apartment.
You're not even a reaction channel. You're like a old tea, old gossip channel anymore. Let's talk about the same 4 or 5 subjects over and over again. Boring.
I was wearing the only other non-abaya thing I own. I love when you do that accent. We never saw anything. We never heard anything of the sort. Oh my gosh. Ugh. She probably doesn't get any attention at home. I know, her sitting there, completely ignoring her husband, saying that I'm not allowed to lie. I shouldn't be lying about our relationship. Number one, you don't know anything about our relationship, period. We got in like one fight, and that's all that was said. That DM is the juiciest you're gonna see. You know what I mean? So yeah.
But why is it juicy? Is it because it's true? Is it because it's true and that's why it's juicy? Because it sounds like you guys have fought more than once. I seriously doubt that any receipts would be given to somebody. I seriously doubt that a guy would DM another man if it was just one fight or one argument. Because one fight, one argument, you blow it off, right? It's no big deal. It's when the fights and the arguments are constant and the stress and the frustration builds up that conversations like that happen. You know, people that are together, whether you're married or not, you got relationships or not, when people have a tiff, it's just a tiff. It blows over. Move on. But when it's constant, when it's a constant thing, if somebody's got the mood swings going on and the impulsiveness and all that stuff, then you might be tempted to talk to somebody about it. Because it's just, you know, like you just get to a point where you just can't deal with it anymore. And you need a listening ear. You need a different perspective. You need to vent. You know, you need a vent when there's too much steam and it needs to come out. So that things don't become explosive, which you are. You are explosive, Foodie. You're a powder keg of frustration, anger. You got an anger problem. You said so. You got to let that anger out, and you usually let it out on whoever is in the room. And the only person you spend time with is Salah. So there you go.
Can someone translate that?
So you get online, and your venting space is your YouTube channel. You have your venting space with your VIBs. You can get online and you can dump your verbal garbage in everybody's faces, talk about whatever you want with people. You've got people to vent to. Other people may not have that space, and so they talk in private, in DMs. Maybe that's what he was doing. I don't know. I'm not Salah. But you've got your venting space with hundreds of people, and you use it constantly. That instead of working out your problems and solving your problems, you would rather just complain and gripe and bitch to people consistently with others, strangers. That's how you deal with things. Venting, but not solving the problem. And so the cycle continues.
For chat, thanks. A-E-I-O-U. I love the shisha. So, anyways, guys, what else is new? So, yeah, we're in our new apartment. What else did I want to address? Anything else you want me to address? I can't remember. There's so much that's gone on.
If so much has gone on, why are you struggling to find things to talk about? Make it make sense.
I don't even remember.
Because if there's a lot going on, you're like, there's so many things going on. I don't know what to talk about first. But she's sitting there struggling for things to talk about. She's like, what else is going on, guys? You're going to your audience looking for topics just to keep running up the meter to make a longer live, to make money out of. If there's lots of things to talk about, you won't need to ask people for topics.
Yeah. She said you fight with Salah every day. I can only imagine what he's going through. He's very happy, thank you very much. How, like, we fight every day? Are you in here? Are you the fly in our old apartment or what? Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, she was the fly in our old apartment.
I feel they fight every day. I mean, because she's obsessed with food. And the old apartment that they were at, if they're not still there, they might still be. Foodie's obsession with food is off the chain. She had Salah go out at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to get her food because she couldn't wait another few hours before breakfast. So do I think that they have fights over food? Yeah. She's constantly having to run out and get food, go to the grocery store, go here, go there. She's impulsive. She has no impulse control. She has no self-control. She's got nothing. She's like a gigantic toddler. She wants what she wants when she wants it. She doesn't have any kind of patience. She's very impatient. Give her what she wants now, or if you don't, she's going to make you pay. And she's going to pull a temper tantrum until you give her what she wants, and you will give her what she wants just to make her shut up. So do I think that they're fighting? Yeah, I do. Do I think it's leading to a lot of frustration? Absolutely. She knows how to get her way. She knows how to manipulate people through her anger and just being verbally abusive to where she will get her way. If I make a big enough stink, people will do whatever it is they got to do to make me be quiet. But in the end, I get my way. So I win, right? That's the way she thinks.
Are you holding a sixth sense in those big jugs of yours? Like, I don't understand where you come off saying, really, because we could say that about you and Mr. Moo. Like, where's your vlogs together? Where's your love documentary? Where's your, like, watch her go do all these vlogs that no one will watch now. Hi, Malik. Colleen, yes. I don't know what her problem is. She's just weird. She sounds bitter that I completely disregard, like, threw her out of the Beezer ship because, and now she's nowhere because nobody wants her because you're not trustworthy. You're not. And not because of me, because of your actions. Because you lie. You're a blatant liar. Luann, man, member for 14 months. Thank you for releasing. Ready, set, release. Thanks, Sylvan.
So another thing that just occurred to me. So we've seen Foodie really, really angry. And I would think that this revealing of DMs would make her really, really angry. Why isn't she at the level of anger that she should be? She seems really calm and controlled, which is strange. Here's someone you don't like that was once a former friend showing some receipts, showing them badly, but still showing them. You should be hopping mad. So why aren't you? Why are you so calm about this? That is really odd behavior from Foodie. Very, very odd. It's like the math ain't mathing, y'all. There are several things that don't look right to me. Like it's making me scratch my head and go, Things that make you go, Neither one of those ladies are hopping mad. Why? Gotta ask yourselves why. She's a narcissist. And the one thing that a narcissist does not like, that will make them blow up and explode faster and larger than anything else, is when they're spinning a lie, spinning a narrative, and then the truth comes forward and bursts their bubble. So because of that, she should be really, really, really angry, and she's being way too calm. And that just looks very out of character for Foodie.
How would she know that? How would anyone know anything? How would anyone know anything? And actually, thank you for proving me right when you doxed me, you Twitter idiots. Because in the advertisement, it says for families only. So, that means that you have to show your marriage certificate to move here. So, wrong again. Your 15 minutes are over. Baby mama Salah's laugh. Yeah. The handsomest man. The handsomest man. Baby, you're the handsomest man. Anyways, I was like, okay, I promise I'm not going to talk about drama, but here I am.
Yeah, because that's all you have to talk about. What else is there to talk about? Let's do the gossip. Let's sit here and gossip about old tea. What else is there to talk about? There could be more things, but you don't want to seek out those new things. You'd rather stick with the old things because it's lazy. There's no effort involved.
Getting sucked into it. Just leave me out of your drama, people, okay? Like your whole trashy, gore world, crappy community. I'm not part of this, okay? Like this is your weird, I don't know what you got going on. Like people like to laugh at people they call lol cows. Like, excuse me? Lol cow who? Like you're all more pathetic. You've all been proven to be more messy and more weird. So I don't know where you come off. You have some nerve making fun of us. The Blue Window, Beth. I haven't watched them but once since you broke up. We don't care if Chantel isn't there. Howie is, oh, he's good. I'm drinking Nescafe, yeah. We've already started decorating. We have a lot of the same old decorations as well from the other place. But it's not going to be like the same kind of decorating like you would see.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Boring. Let's move it along.
And what do I care anyway? We're not like buying prostitutes. Who cares? Actually, if people have to do that to make a living, that's really sad. Can you make
Ma'am. Oh, ma'am. Listen. Chantal. Are you trying to trash talk people in the adult industry? When you've gotten on YouTube and you've pretty much done adult content on YouTube where it doesn't belong, are you really trying to do that? Are you doing that after you were on YouTube doing all those many live streams, trying to find each and every way you could think of to flash yourself, showing us your top, your bottom, your middle, all of it, coming on camera dressed in lingerie, which is highly inappropriate, for YouTube? Are you trying to shame people in the adult industry when you had not one, but 2 OnlyFans? Is that what you're trying to do? Is that what you're trying to do? Ma'am, you are no one to judge no one that way. You had 2 OnlyFans where you did whatever content. But worse than that, you were on YouTube showing us things we should not have seen at all, period. YouTube let you get away with things that I haven't seen anybody else get away with. I don't know why they let you get away with it, but they did. You took great joy in showing parts of yourself. Sneaky ways of bending over to show your bottom, your front, all of it. Don't do that. Don't. Don't you dare sit there and try to put down people that are doing that kind of work. Don't. Miss, I will do private favors for a burger. Don't do it. Just don't.
Beezer shirts. Me and my bestie want to represent. Yeah, we need a Beezer Club t-shirts. Toronto's so gross. I only go there for concerts. Yeah, or like New York City is a lot dirtier, so I wouldn't even talk. He needs rehab. Won't go if they take his phone. Well, yeah, like rehab. I know. When I went to like a psychiatric retreat, that's why I ran away. They take everything away from you. Like I had a boombox and I was only allowed to listen to like. I remember just listening to Tupac, All Eyes on Me on repeat because I had nothing to do. Actually, back then I didn't even have any cell phones. I can't believe how old. Like I feel so old living in a time when there was no cell phones, when there was no internet. You know. 2 blocks from where I live, the world famous PCH, where prostitutes wander the streets. Not a single prostitute here where I live, though. Let them talk. But just like, who has a life to literally try to find every little negative thing about where I live as if it's my responsibility for prostitution issues? Like, why is that? Why does that reflect on us? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. This building is very well kept and very quiet, and it's families only. So, no. A plus. If I have a play button, I wonder if I could have it shipped here. SoCal Fat Chick, welcome to Push a Piece and Ready Set Piece. Welcome, welcome. Excuse me. Angela, no, I will not be traveling back to Canada. So I don't have to actually travel back. You know, I know people think they know a lot about like my status, which is weird because they don't. But look like the julep in his FFG merch. But it's not too bad. What does double paned mean? Yeah, these are blackout windows. The curtains we have in the room are like not blackout, so it still becomes pretty light when we in the morning. So I actually have an eye mask I wear, and then I'm fine, you know. But Salah always wakes up before me. You always wake me up, babe. Guardians of the Galaxy. Something, I don't know. How long till he's in jail?
You know, I'm just going to point out something that I've noticed with Chantal as far as a pattern I've detected. I noticed a long time ago that when Foodie is in a mood, when she's mad, and she wants to vent her mad on a live stream, I have noticed that the first 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, she will go through all that steam. And then the last half of the live, she slows all the way down. Like there's really nothing to talk about. Like she starts out in the live strong with her rage, but then she just runs out of gas like a quarter to halfway through the stream, and then she's just sitting there just in her head thinking, like, what else is there to talk about? I vented all my mad, but the meter's still running. I can still make money off of this. So let me just try to make this as long as possible. But it's not about, I'm going to start out mad and I'm going to run my mad all the way through. No, she runs out of steam because look where we are right now. We're at 50 minutes in. She's slowing down.
I have no faith in the Canadian law system, honestly. That's another thing, Messy Poo. I heard you say blaming me for unleashing him on the internet. Excuse me, as if I own the internet, you big loser. Like, seriously, how dare you?
But you are to blame. You are to blame. As far as Natter, you are to blame for that, Chantal. You brought him here. You introduced him to YouTube. Had it not been for you, he wouldn't have been on YouTube, period. You met up with him and you liked him. And in the usual Chantal Foodie way, in your little brain, you were trying to figure out, how can I keep this guy close to me? How can I ensure that he'll see the most of me? I got to keep him close. Since I'm on YouTube, let me, act like the Good Samaritan and act like I'm doing him a favor and be all generous and stuff. Hey, Natter, I like you so much. Here, let me help you make a YouTube channel. But not only that, here, let me help you film the content. We'll go out and I'll help you film the content and I'll help you edit and I'll set things up for you and I'll teach you how to do things. You had a mask on at that time of, I'm a caring person. Let me do this for you because I care about you. No, you were all about caring about yourself. And since he was in your optics and you got wrapped around him, you were doing the Black Widow thing and keeping the male close to you, keeping an eye on him, trying to get control of him. You thought by weaving your web around him to where he couldn't move, you would get control, you would get what you wanted. And you found out that even doing all that, you still couldn't get control of him. As a matter of fact, he learned how to take control of you. He learned pretty quick how to manipulate you through your jealousy, through your insecurity, moron. He figured out pretty quick that by hanging around Dee Dee, talking to Dee Dee, he would get you so in a frenzy that all he had to do was whisper her name in your ear. And you would throw more money at him. You would buy him more groceries just to get him away from Dee Dee. He learned how to get more out of you by being a bad boy. The worse he was to you, the more you gave him trying to win him over. It just still amazes me that is at the level of manipulation that you do to people, you couldn't figure out the game. He kept playing it on you. You kept falling for it. Sucker. The player got played. He played you for a lot. He got thousands out of you. But you brought him to YouTube. You even said so on a live stream. You said, I created his channel. I did this. I did that. You wanted to lay claim to him and everything you did for him. You brought him here. You did. And you did it out of selfishness. Because you wanted him. You wanted to keep him close. You didn't want him to get away. So you brought him to YouTube. And then you got big mad because he got out of your control. And I'm not taking up for Natter saying that. But you had a master plan to control him, and it didn't work. So now you found somebody else to control. And you're doing it again with a different person.
I knew at the time what kind of monster he was. I don't have the sixth sense that you have. And you puked in the event, yeah. Can you get some clothes so you can swim? We actually have a pool in the building, so but I don't think so, Tracy.
Yo, Beezers, I miss you all.
Oh God, here we go.
Hello. Hi, baby. How are you?
Hello.
I miss you.
Yeah, I don't remember like what comment you left for him, but you were basically like,
My comments, I think they are still. Right?
you don't think so, Teardrop?
Okay, you know what? I can't stand Salah doing the lives with her. Let me tell you why. Because all he does is parrot what she says. Like he's doing to her what she used to do with Natter. Now remember back in the day when she did live streams with Natter, he would say something and she would just agree with it. Oh yeah, you're right, Natter. You know, he's doing that with Chantal. Whatever you say, Chantal, I will agree with it. I'll sit here and nod my head and smoke my shisha and agree with you. He'll never go against Chantal because she's paying him to stay quiet and be nice to her. Fake love her. So he's going to do the fake love on camera. They're going to be agreeable on camera. That is to say, it might be a different thing off camera, but off camera, we can't see what's going on. But all he's going to do probably the rest of this live is all the reaction channels. You're right, Chantal. That's all he's going to do. So I'm not here for it. I'm not going to listen to this. I'm not. If there's something juicy, we'll cover it later. But we're done for now with that. So with that, y'all, this react was about 2 hours long. I hope it's not too long for everybody, but there was stuff to catch up on, and I try to do it as quickly as possible. I've got stuff to do today. I've got to work tonight, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And would you please check out the link for Malarkey Meter's video? Go over there and give them a like, sub up if you like, and leave them a nice comment, because without archive channels such as Malarkey Meter, people like myself who are reacting to Chantal wouldn't have been able to. So thank you again, Malarkey Meter. Really do appreciate it. I appreciate you catching this live before she got rid of it. So y'all have a very, very good day, and I'll talk at you later. Take care now, and bye-bye.